here's the question. Why do some things share better than others? Why does some content like spread better than others? Why do some people opt in to share some content over others? And I would argue that maybe content has a series different kinds of usage. Like we use it in different ways. And the one that has dominated the story of media has been consumption. Like we have it, we consume it, it makes us feel good, like really good, right? And it overwhelms us. It actually maybe psychically replaces us for a certain amount of time. We give ourselves over to it, right? And if you think about that, right, and if you think about going into a movie theater and the amazing experience that you can have, really transformative, and to the point where you're crying, and you are in the process of really actually saying, like, maybe I should ride a motorcycle through the Andes by myself, right? Like there's this moment where you've so given yourself over, and then the movie ends, and you and the person that you came with sort of shuffle out, and you hit that broad daylight, and you're like, where the fuck am I? Like, and like life hits you, and it's like not so beautifully orchestrated, like the sound is all off, and it's, you know, there's this big dissociation, and you shuffle in silence with this person, and then they turn to you and they say, like, did you like it? And you say, yeah. And that's it, right? I mean, like you might have like a little bit more, like if you went with a film nerd, like you might have like some sort of effete conversation of like, well, I mean, like I think they were very referential of blah blah blah, but if you think about the mismatch of the experiential component and the way one talks about that experiential component, it's very much a personal experience. The depth of the personal experience is very hard and very vulnerable to communicate with other people. So now, let's say that that's consumptive media, there's an intent. The second one might be that we use media more and more now as a proxy for conversation with one another. We actually use it to converse, and the simplest forms are emoji. You guys use text, and you're now using images to convey certain kinds of emotion. Animated GIFs are another form of that, which are quite powerful. And you can start to see that media can have this incredible usage where it is conveying some sort of a social intent. And in fact, absent of the social intent, it has no meaning. Right. I think of the Captain Picard. I show this sometimes in a slide deck. Captain Picard face palming, right? Right. Are you aware of what this is, the face palm? I love that all of you are nodding. It's very gratifying to me. That's not a piece of consumable media. You would never hang that on your wall, right? and yet it's incredibly effective at communicating the deepest level of this. Embracing how radically stupid people can be, right? Like if you drop your iPhone in the toilet, you can write paragraphs and paragraphs and not be able to convey that, right? And so this notion that we can use media as an effective vehicle for communication starts to signal what I would say is the basis of a discussion around why some things share better than others.